Morning, guys. Max Power. Been combing the deep, dark reaches of the internet, trying to figure out these modern women. Now, I did a video on teachers the other day, and I didn't include this one because this girl is a special kind of evil. It says, Louisiana teacher pleads guilty to lacing students' cupcakes with ex-husband's sperm, other child sex crimes. Cynthia Perkins, 36, agreed to plead guilty and testify against her ex, 44-year-old former Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office SWAT member Dennis Perkins, who is also charged with dozens of child sex crimes, according to the prosecutor. Now, she pled guilty and is going to testify against him. Her ex-husband, who was a cop, for Christ's sakes, has dozens of child sex charges. Now, down at the bottom it says, court documents revealed that police also found pictures of Perkins' students eating the semen-laced cupcakes, and that the couple allegedly raped a child between the ages of 9 and 10. Investigators allegedly found hidden cameras in their attic and bathroom and say they uncovered more pictures on their iPhone. Now, these degenerates have their house rigged with cameras so they can film themselves committing crimes. It's stupid. Now, this guy, he says the couple had initially been charged with 60 counts of production of child porn, rape, and other crimes. Prosecutors also accused Dennis Perkins of obscenity, video voyeurism, and possessing child porn. Now look at this piece of shit. Guys like this are our enemy too. He gives us all a bad name. He'll get his in prison though, but where he'll spend the rest of his life. What pisses me off is that with her plea deal, she'll be back on the streets, probably teaching somewhere. It's unbelievable. And this next one, it says, Michigan mom claims SpongeBob made her kill 3-year-old daughter in shocking new crime stories. At the bottom, 22-year-old Justine Johnson, who had been charged with felony murder and first-degree child abuse, is accused of killing and disposing of the body of Sutton Mosser. She claims that during heroin withdrawals, she received messages from the TV threatening to kill her if she did not kill her own child. This girl is 22 years old. She's a heroin addict with a 3-year-old kid. Now, the child's last name is different than hers, so there must be a father somewhere. But the court gives custody to the mother most of the time anyway, right? It talks about how her 2 brothers were looking for her, and they found the baby in a bag behind the house. In the second paragraph, it says, the child is completely discarded. It is a tragic case because there is a disconnect that takes place between the mother and the child, said former police chief Dan Corsentino. And at the bottom, Atlanta-based psychiatrist Dr. Angela Arnold, woman, right, added that she believes the way in which the body was thrown away indicates that the mother may have been suffering from some type of attachment disorder, such as postpartum depression. Now, the police chief said that the way the body was discarded shows a disconnect between the mother and child. And the psychiatrist says she was suffering from detachment disorder, like postpartum depression. Well, the truth is, this woman just didn't care about this baby. No matter what disorder you try and excuse her with, she didn't want the baby, so she killed it. Now, the second paragraph, it says, first they talk about they went to her house, found the knives, and then it says, a short time later, Johnson was picked up by police while walking back to her mother's house. She allegedly was unemotional and calm, but later told police that she had gone to her own apartment and tried to take her own life after taking her daughter's life. Now, she was unemotional and calm, but she had just tried to take her own life. You know, maybe she should have killed herself before she killed the baby. That would have saved us all a lot of trouble. Now, guys, if you made it this far, this is the article I really wanted to talk to you about. I know that the guys that are here listening to this are just a few people who really know what the deal is. It says, new political cry in South Korea, out with man-haters. These male activists have targeted anything that smacks of feminism, forcing a university to cancel a lecture by a woman they accused of spreading misandry. They have threatened businesses with boycotts, prompting companies to pull ads with images of pinching fingers. They say ridicule the size of male genitalia. And they have taken aim at the government for promoting a feminist agenda, eliciting promises from rival presidential candidates to reform the country's 20-year-old Ministry of Gender Equality and Family. Now, these guys ain't playing no shit. This is how you make real change. They're protesting, they're boycotting, and they're taking on the government. South Korea is reckoning with a new type of political correctness, enforced by angry young men who bristle at any forces they see as undermining opportunity, and feminists, in their mind, are enemy number one. Inequality is one of the most delicate issues in South Korea, a nation with deepening economic uncertainty, fed by runaway housing prices and a lack of jobs and a widening income gap. Now, this is South Korea, but the same thing is happening here. Economic uncertainty, runaway housing prices, a lack of high-paying jobs, and it's the feminist agenda that is driving this crisis. It says, we don't hate women, and we don't oppose elevating their rights, said Bai Inkayu, 31, the head of Man of Solidarity, one of the country's most active anti-feminist groups. But feminists are social evil. South Korea has the highest gender wage gap among the wealthy countries. Less than 1/5 of its lawmakers are women. Women make up only 5.2% of the board members of publicly listed businesses, compared with 28% in the U.S. And yet most men argue that it is men, not women, in South Korea who feel marginalized. Among South Korean men in their 20s, nearly 79% said they were victims of gender discrimination, according to a poll in May. They call feminism a social evil. They see what has happened here, and they're not going to let it happen to them. Now, the first two articles show the disconnect between most women and reality. They live in a different world where morals and decency are optional. They do what they want with very little retribution. The third article shows that we are not alone in this battle. Feminism is toxic and destructive. Walk away or stand up. Doing nothing makes it worse. Now, this is just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed it. You can argue my opinion, but you can't deny my experience. Talk to you soon.